What's going on, y'all? It's Randall Branch. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how others should reap the benefits of our standards. It was a TikTok or an IG reel. I think it was a TikTok originally that I made maybe at this point, maybe even a month or two ago. And a man was talking about how, as long as you have your fridge full and, rent's paid, you got a roof over your head, everything else is extra. And it sounds noble, it sounds very humble and stuff like that, but I promise you guys, it really is the most selfish way to live life. We're still going to be playing around with formats. For this video, I'm doing a voiceover of old clips, gym footage, old videos. I think this video right here was like one of my first YouTube videos, so just old videos I've shot. Still figuring out like the best way for me to do my content in terms of like a cemented format, but I do like just trying different stuff in general. The last thing we did was pretty cool, where I just recorded as I walked, but it was hard for me to get clips from it because you guys know I repurpose my clips for like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Snapchat, Spotlight, IG Reels, all that. So it was kind of hard to repurpose the clips. I don't like the way that they were AI edited. So I'm going to try this version to see how this version comes out, but I think this would definitely be better. So let's get on to the video, man. Others should reap the benefits of our standards. I'm a firm believer that our standards should be so high that it provides value to other people. And like I said before, that original statement I made from the TikTok that I do edit or whatever it's called, I totally disagree with it. Just speaking in general, it's so important that we think for ourselves, because what he said, there's so many people in the comments like, yeah, you're right. I just need a roof over my head. I just need food. And I understand the sentiment of it. Like, it's definitely good to be grateful for what you have and to, always thank God for the blessings that you have and stuff like that. But it's like at the same time, you're not helping nobody by just scraping by in life. You're barely even helping yourself. But a lot of things that people say, like, they sound good, but in reality, they don't amount to anything. When we just have enough in our refrigerator and enough rent or enough money just for rent, we're barely able to help ourselves. We can't help nobody else. I'm only able to do certain things that I'm able to do because of the standards that my parents have for themselves, right? I reap the benefits of my parents' standards, and that allows me to do certain things that I'm able to do to this day. You might be watching this. You might have brothers. You might have sisters. We all have brothers, sisters, friends, at least one of those three. They should be benefiting from our standards, right? Because of my friends being in such amazing shape, it made me want to lose weight. That's probably the biggest reason why I decided to go on a cut, because my friend Carlos, who I used to work out with, and I still work out with a little bit, but we used to both always work out at our rec center on campus and stuff like that. He was in amazing shape. And I'm over here, I'm overweight. I'm like, dang. But what if he didn't have those standards for himself? I couldn't have benefited from seeing him doing what he's doing. And it would, Like, it wouldn't have been that mindset for me. I probably would have caught it later on. But, like, immediately when I saw him and saw the work that he was putting in, it made me want to raise the standards I have for myself. So I benefited off of Carlos's standards, right? Me, I have my own business. I have, like, manufacturers. I have people that help me out and do certain things. They benefit from the standards that I have for myself of being a business owner, right? The people who own the website company that my website handle is hosted on, they reap the benefits of standards that business owners have for themselves to be their own boss or CEO or whatever, being a founder, however you want to call it, right? It's like a loop. So when you just have enough for yourself, you're only providing for yourself, and you're barely even scraping by at that. Like, it's not like you're living comfortably or living the way that you want. You're barely scraping by as it is yourself. So I just want to encourage you guys to raise you guys' standards. I'm going to talk about standards a lot, not even just on this video, but just on my channel in general, because it's extremely important. And like I said, I'm also going to talk about how people have all these terms and all these phrases. Happy wife, happy life is another one. Makes no sense, right? I'm thinking of other ones. I'm I'm just freeballing like off the top of my head, but I'm thinking of like other ones right now. Like it's like a whole bunch of just phrases and, you know, terms that people say, and they sound noble, they sound virtuous, they sound good, but then when you actually like dive into the meaning or like the consequences of these terms, they're not beneficial to anybody. You know, you could even take people who make money. You know, a lot of people, they don't like how when people make money, you know, they have like cleaning ladies come and clean their house, and, you know, they have like a whole entourage of people that help them out, but they're providing for other people because of their standards, because of the value that they provide, because of the standards that they have for themselves. They're able to help others. I posted on my story, man, I want to make money. I want to make more money. You know, that's the thing for me. I do want to make money, and I'm not ashamed to say it. People act like it's such a bad thing to want to make money. But I don't want to make money so I could just flex on people and buy the most expensive car, the most expensive house. That's not my goal. I'm not very materialistic at all. But I do want to have the money that I need to be able to fund my ventures with like my fragrance and the meal prep company I want to start, in my clothing line and my fitness coaching. Like I do a lot with Random Branch Collection. But I also know that when I'm able to allocate, you know, time towards what I need to allocate times towards, it would make more sense to be able to delegate stuff like cleaning my house, cleaning my car, stuff like that. But the flip side to that is I'm able to then help other people's companies. So somebody might have like a cleaning service for houses or a cleaning service for cars. I mean, I plan on starting my own meal prep company, so it's not like I'm gonna need that. But, you know, just stuff like that, man. You're able to help other people's companies, other people's businesses because of your standards, because of the standards that you have for yourself. But if you don't have those standards for yourself to make money, to provide value to the people, then you can't help nobody. The people I'm going to be able to help with their fitness journey, the people I'm going to be able to help with their personal growth journey, the people I'm going to be able to help with business, with career, it's going to be due to my standards. I'm only going to be able to help people within fitness, business, and personal growth. Business, I am going to be helping people, but my business content is going to be more like documentation of my business career and stuff like that. But even documentation is help. It doesn't have to be outright like play by play. Here's how to do this and here's how to do that per se. But, you know, nevertheless, it's going to be due to my standards. And the higher my standards are, the more help, the more value I can help provide for you guys with YouTube, even like with my future kids, just everything, man, just everything. So it's going to be a quick video, but I just want you guys to know that it's always good to have high standards. One thing I always tell myself is I never want to have anybody have higher standards for me, whether it be my parents, my friends, professors. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. Like, nobody should have higher standards for me than I have for myself. And, you know, one of the things I also tell myself is I believe that, you know, the harder that we are on ourselves, in general, the easier life will be on us, which is why I'm so hard on myself, because I understand that if I'm hard on myself, life will be a little easier for me. So standards, guys. I think the guy in the video genuinely meant no harm. And I also do think that there is a level of cope that comes with a lot of things. And that's another thing I'm going to talk about this channel, is all the cope that there is in the world, whether it be with religion, with politics, with entertainment, with sports. Like, there's so much cope. And it's possible it was that, but he looked like he was genuinely convinced that as long as he had enough just to pay rent and enough for the fridge, that, you know, life is good. And it's just, everything else is not extra, man. Everything else is part of life too. Like the things that you could achieve, the money that you can make, the relationships that you can have, all that. Like, it should be part of life. It shouldn't be looked at as extra to life. It should be looked at as just having a good, a nice, and abundant life. So, yeah, that's it, man. That's all this video is going to be. Others should reap the benefits of our standards. If others aren't reaping the benefits of our standards, then our standards aren't high enough. And another thing I'm going to talk about in the future is how, you know, the people in our life in general should be getting value from us. And there shouldn't be people around us if they're not providing value too. So that's something I want to talk about because I think that's super important too. But that's going to be it for this video. I know I'm walking outside, so there's a whole bunch of like cars and background noise, but it's something a little different. It's definitely better than the last video due to me not being able to get clips. But I think right now the best thing for me would be like a mix of this and then also like a mix of having just me on the couch just recording and figuring out exactly how far I need to set up my tripod so that it's not clipping my head. So we'll just go back between like the personal growth type content. We'll just go back and forth between this when I get enough like overall film to just do this with like the little B-roll in the background. And then we'll also just stick with just propping up my tripod on the couch. The walking videos, as fun as it was, as like seamless as it was into my daily routine, the camera is just way too close to get good clips. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video though, man. Others should reap the benefits of our standards. Parents, kids, friends, family, strangers. Strangers should reap the benefits of our standards, guys. Strangers should reap the benefits of our standards. But that's going to be it for me, man. It's Random Brands Media. We're checking out Monday. We'll see what we have on Monday. I'm not 100% too sure yet. I did record a chest and arms workout yesterday. And I do want to drop a vlog titled Recalibrating My Focus. As I told you guys in July, at the end of July 2025, my focus kind of dwindled a little bit. And I'm recalibrating it. So I do want to drop a little vlog for that. So yeah, we'll see what we got on Monday. But I hope you guys have a good one. And I'll see you guys soon.